Hey guys, how's it going? Here's another lucid dreaming story for you. Now this one happened during last week and it was pretty cool. One of my most lucid dreams so far. It was a little bit different to the dream that I had last week with the big epic battle. Purely because of the way I induced it. Now the first one, I found that the dream told me it was a dream and I became lucid. And this one here, I did a reality check, and this was one of the first dreams I've ever had where I've actually performed a reality check. It was pretty awesome. I was pretty sort of taken by surprise. I didn't realize I was in a dream. It was such a realistic situation. I was in my kitchen and I was mucking around with some of the cutlery and stuff, and I pulled out this. Now this is an extendable antenna, and I was sort of twirling it around on my fingers and stuff like that, and I thought, how awesome would it be if I could do magic spells with this, and it was actually a wand, and I was sort of thinking to myself, oh, this would be so cool. And then I thought, maybe I should perform a reality check. I squeezed my nose. I could breathe through, so I was lucid. I became lucid in my dream, and I thought, this is sweet. I was pretty happy. I almost woke up actually. I was kind of really relieved that I didn't wake up. Everything became really clear after the first few seconds. After a few seconds of buzzing, I must say, it was pretty scary. I've had that feeling quite a few dreams when it just buzzes out. But after a bit of buzzing, everything became clear, almost clearer than real life, than the waking life, I should say. And I had my wand, and I thought maybe I should get some stuff floating up in the air, and I was waving, swishing and flicking my wand, going, Wingardium Leviosa! Wingardium Leviosa! I was trying to make as many things as I could levitate, and at first it wasn't working, and it was really degrading. I had to try quite a few times to get some stuff floating up, but it became really easy after a few seconds of just sort of believing. I got some small stuff like my phone, some pens and stuff, floating up into midair, and then I thought maybe I should try something bigger, something heavier, something more challenging. So I tried my brother, and he was outside hanging up some washing. So I pulled out my wand, I did the incantation, and he started floating up, and he started floating and floating and floating until he got to about 7, maybe 8 meters high. He was pretty high up, and if I dropped him, he probably would have died. But me being the nice person I am, I dropped him and I caught him. And it was pretty amazing how I caught him, because he's a big dude. In real life, he would have squashed me, and I probably would have broken every bone in my body as well as him. But the point is, I didn't. It was pretty cool. Once I'd sort of given that a whirl, I moved on to another incantation. Now this one, I don't even know if it exists. It was called Jinx or something like that, and I was imagining the color blue. And I was swishing my wand and firing it up at the clouds, and nothing was happening, and I was really pissed off for quite a long time. I looked down at my wand and it was on fire. It wasn't actually red fire though, it was blue, and it was almost melting down from the tip as well. And I could almost feel the heat. I knew it wasn't hot, but I could feel the heat of it. I knew that I wouldn't get hurt, so I just kept going. But this time, after I'd seen the damage to my wand, I started sort of believing harder. I was looking at the clouds now this time, and it was sending surges of blue lightning through the clouds right down my dreamscape. It was really quite mystical at the start, and I didn't quite know what the spell was doing, and to this moment I don't know what the spell was doing. I was firing it up in the sky, and it was just sending pretty much colour through the clouds, and it was really cool. Nothing happened though, so I moved on to the next spell. Now I tried a few of the unforgivable curses, such as the killing curse, didn't work for me. The Imperio curse, which was the one that controls people, I don't know if it worked, because I tried it on my brother and he seemed kind of sarcastic the way he was acting. So I'm not too sure about that one. I was thinking about doing the Cruciatus Curse, but the only people available to me were some close people, some close dream characters, and I didn't really feel like it torturing any of them. So I moved on to the next one. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try to see if I could materialize my dream guide. And I have no idea what my dream guide is. Well, I had no idea what my dream guide was at the first the first time I tried this spell. And I tried it and I tried it and I tried it and over again, and nothing happened. A few of my dream characters started noticing things, and I couldn't see what they were seeing, but they were saying stuff like, oh wow, look at that, wow, look at Matt, look at this, look at that. And I was looking around everywhere and I couldn't see anything, and then finally out of the corner of my eye I could see a black cat sprint across my garden. And it was pretty weird, but I'm not really a superstitious person, so I sort of followed the black cat. Being the curious person I am, I followed the black cat up my garden path, and it led me to a dog. Actually, I lied. It actually transformed into a dog right before my eyes. But I wasn't really aware of the transformation. I just watched it happen. And then sort of accepted it. It turned into a really old, quite small dog, and was really embarrassing. Not embarrassing. What's the right word? Absurd? Yeah, absurd that a cat would just turn into an old dog like that. What's fucked up? I have a fucked up head. Anyway, I followed this dog and it led me to a car, and it jumped in the back seat and I jumped in the passenger seat, and there was an Arabian dude driving the car, and he looked at me and said something in Arab language, which I cannot understand because I'm not really in Arab. But he told me to, like, you know, put my seatbelt on. We went driving, and he took me to my old Thai kickboxing gym. And it's actually pretty close to my house, but it felt a lot closer when we got there. We drove into the gym, which usually wouldn't happen, seeing as though there's usually a door rather than a big hole where there's not really a big garage door where Anyways, we went inside, and this was the most spiritual part of my dream. And right in the middle of the gym was a big tiger, the big tiger that I saw in my first lucid dream, and the one that helped me destroy the evil villain. And I was looking at this tiger for a little bit, and it beckoned for me to come closer. The closer and closer I got, the dream started fading away, and I didn't have any control over this. I didn't have any control of my movements. I just started getting closer. The dream started going further and further away from me. I opened my eyes and I was back in my room. Now, I would just end this video right here, except I woke up into another dream, which I didn't realize was a dream. It was a false awakening. But it was a pretty crazy false awakening. I woke up in the bed I woke up on the floor next to my bed, and I was wondering, how the fuck did I get on the floor? Man, that dream must have been so crazy. I must have been jumping up and down and shit. But yeah, I got up out of my bed. I got off the floor, and back into my bed, and went to sleep and woke up. It was pretty. I was like, wow, that was such a waste of a dream. And so this is some proof that I'm actually getting better and getting worse at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Cheers. Cheers.